What's up, guys? Happy Wednesdays. How you doing? Yo, what's up, Snugs TV? B 2018. Hungry? Thanks. Glad I could help. Let's see how we did today. That was a crazy flood at the end of the day. In the stock market. It's pretty big move. Oh, apparently, Bazinga is having the Halloween flash sale. Some of you guys are new and you're interested in the Bazinga news feed. That's what we're using to to look at the earning data and stuff. So here's a referral link if you guys are interested in that. Apparently they're having a 30% off today. Let's see. Let's check it out. So we play eBay today, looking to see some move there. Looks like there was a last minute $75 put sweep on eBay as well. Very interesting thing there. And a $66 call sweep. So it looks like we're pretty even on both directions. Did I just see Spotify flood to 263s after hour for a second there? So Google, because of FOMO, makes $7 versus $1,000. Ouch. I mean, it happens. It was tricky. It was a tricky earnings. It was a tricky move there. Let's see what the market bubble looks like today. Actually, let me see. So earnings today, we have eBay, Fort, Twilio. Those are the big ones, and ServiceNow as well. ServiceNow, Align, and Upwork, a lending club. So some very interesting ones. And then this morning we have McDonald's. We have Coca-Cola, Boeing, that piece of trash. And then we have GM, Spotify, and Harvey Davidson as well. So we play McDonald's pretty in line with what we want right now, so that's doing pretty good. Spotify got a little bit of a big run today, a small volume, so it was a little bit weird there, but they actually missed earnings pretty bad. But they did say, oh, we're about to monetize the podcast section, so things were looking pretty good for them. Why did the market drop so hard? Did anybody else catch the news? I didn't catch any news on it. So market imbalance was 1.2 billion to the sell side today. Pretty big sell off to the end of the day. Fox News confirms that billionaires tax is out. Oh, that's a good thing, I think. Apparently Bernie is going to meet with Biden today. Market started to come down around 2 o'clock today. Apparently they said they're close to agreements on the top line for the Biden bill. I would think that's kind of bullish, but I guess not. Oh, this is a pretty big thing. If you guys are sus with money laundering and stuff. This is controversial proposal for banks to report cash flow information to the IRS for accounts with under $10,000 has been removed from the 1.5 trillion spending package after opposition. So thank God, man. That would have been a pretty ugly thing. Let's look at the earnings. So looks like Ford came out first. I'm expecting almost no movement from Ford. So we'll see. Oh, Align also came out as well. Let me check out Align real quick. Oh my God. Maybe we should have played Align. Such a monster beat. Stock ran up like from 605 to 652. 27% increase compared to the same period last year. And 38% increase in sales compared to last year. Pretty good there. Guidance is pretty in line as well. Let's check out. Ford came out as well. T-Dog and eBay also came out. Ford is 35.7 billion as opposed to 32.54. Pretty good move there. Actually went up a little bit. Went up like 50 cents, 3% after hours. They also raised the full year 21 guidance as well. And earnings per share is actually a huge beat for Ford. So pretty strong move. Maybe it'll get back to that 5-day highs around 1650s at this point. Let's check out TDoc. So TDoc earnings per share is negative 53 cents as opposed to negative 65. Sales is 521 million as opposed to 516 million. This is a 307% decrease compared to the same losses last year, and 80% increase in sales compared to last year. So sales increased a lot by 80%, but still a huge decrease compared to last year. Yeah, tomorrow's Apple and Amazon earnings are going to be very, very good. 10 to 2 years. Let me see. Wow. Yeah, 10 year has been running up the past week, and market hasn't reacting to it. 2 years. Oh my gosh. Dude, 2 years is ready. So, because last Friday, Powell announced that they're trying to taper this month. So, 2 years been moving up based on that news. Check out eBay. Yes, let's go. There we go. Coming to that range that we're looking for. So our ideal range on eBay is $73 for max pain. But it's at 74 right now. Let's go. So eBay earnings per share is 90 cents, beat estimate of 89 cents. Sales is 2.5 as opposed to 2.46. So they actually end up beating, and they only beat because they actually guided down a lot last quarter. Because I remember looking at the earnings report last quarter, and they they were supposed to make like 2.7 billion or something, or 2.9, something like that. It was a much higher number, and they're like, oh, we don't think we're gonna hit that number. So they like told the whole industry that they were guiding it down the number. So that's why I'm expecting a weaker quarter from them. Whereas last year they have a much better quarter. Let's see what the guidance is. So the guidance is 97 to $1.01. So nothing crazy, pretty in line there. And then sales is 2.57 to 2.65. So next quarter is going to be weak as well. So nothing is super bullish there actually. Twilio also reported too. Let's see. I remember one of you guys were playing Twilio, right? I was looking through the option swings, and somebody was very bullish on Twilio. Or not bullish. Somebody was playing in the middle of the Twilio. So Twilio earnings per share is 1 cent, beat estimate of negative 14 cents. Sales is 740 million as opposed to 680 million. This is actually pretty bullish, I think. It says compared to last year, this is a 75% decrease. Compared to earnings per shares at 4 cents. And sales is 65% increase. As opposed to 447 million. What was the stock trading last year? Stock was trading pretty in range last year. At the current price right now, but sales doing much better. I know Twilio acquired a few companies, so they were doing like mergers and acquisitions, and that like weakened the stock a lot. TDoc's expecting a pretty good revenue for Q4. but they're coming back down. We need T-Doc to stay around 130, 133 to like 140 range, and we'll be really good there. So it's okay. You know, on the off chance that T-Doc did blow off, it would, you know, it would blow off to like, it would blow off to like possibly 170 plus if it does like start moving up. But as of right now, it's kind of playing as expected. We're expecting that 130 to like 140 range, and we'll be good. Yeah, sure. I can take a look at MasterCard. I think they have earnings tomorrow as well. So MasterCard has earnings before market open. I guess we could have looked for a play on that, but I didn't feel comfortable because Visa actually has such great earnings already. That was surprised that Visa even dropped because they're looking to get to the buy now and pay later space. But for some reason, I guess that's not a good look for them. Now, ServiceNow is very hard to play, bro. I played that stock for earnings before, and there are times where I made a ton of money because it's so hard to play, and then there are times where I made zero money because the contract has so little like volume and liquidity. Spirit Airline, America's cheapest airline, also reported today. Earnings per share is negative 69 cents, up from 2032 cents. So they're losing less money than they did last year. Sales is really good, man. 922 million, up from 401 million, man. 129% increase. That's pretty good for them. Good for them, man. Honestly, I think like apart from all the other airlines, I'm like Spirit Airline might be one of them that would even be worth investing if they drop low enough. Like if they drop under the sub $10 range again, I could see investing in them because everybody loves budget airlines, man. Like sure, Delta and like American Airline has some of the best services, but they're not going to be used the most like Spirit Airlines are. Like you know, somebody needs a last minute trip and they're just looking to like go from point A to point B without luggages and stuff. Spirit Airlines is the one for that. Okay. Southwest is a good airline. Probably one of the best like cult airlines. Lending Club Q3 earnings per share 26 cents, may not compare to 3 cents. Sales is 246 mil as opposed to 221. This is a 200% increase compared to last year, and 200% in sales increase compared to last year. Why'd they have such a monster quarter? The hell? Company trading at $13. Last earning, they had a huge gap up as well. The company's up already like 100% compared to last year. It was trading at $14, $15, and right now it's like 30 something, so it's already made a huge move. But that's a pretty monster earnings, man. 200% top and bottom. They also raised the guidance, so they say this is just the beginning of our big ass move. Q4 loans. Guess people are borrowing money a lot. I mean, I don't know about $45 price target, but I say we bullish, maybe 36 plus. Yeah, Lending Club was down a lot today, but it's making all that back. All that gain that got lost just came back. But honestly, I don't have enough like experience with that company or trading enough. The only time I touched it was last time we had that earnings, and I was just a little confused. But I don't think I ever really touched that stock. It's a weird stock. I don't even think the volume is that good, is it? Oh, never mind. Let me see, actually. It has some volume. Oh, Caddy owns it? Really? Yeah, I remember somebody else told me it was like a super old school company. Like Lending Club has been like one of the longest company out there or something like that. For actually, let's see. Aflac also reported earnings per share Q3. $1.56 beat estimate of $1.32. Sales is 5.2 billion as opposed to 5.34. 12% increase compared to last year, 8% decrease in sales compared to last year. I mean, who's buying accidental insurance right now, yo? Who's buying accidental life insurance right now? Everybody knows you don't buy that in COVID. No, actually, a lot of people bought their insurance last year for some reason. Apparently, everybody was expecting accidental death or just life insurance death. So they actually had a pretty good run last year. Hit that pre-COVID level over here around 54. So I mean, I think they're pretty okay around this price point. Not expecting a lot of move. This is probably a pretty good chop play, actually. Just canceled it. Damn, for real? You just canceled Affleck? You don't like the Duck Man? I don't know. I remember, dude. I remember for the longest time, I had no understanding of what they were. I was like, I just remember Googling. I'm like, what the hell is Afflex, bro? Like, what is that? You know, I remember I used to see these commercials on TV, and I just like, I swear to God, man, for the life of me, I had no clue what's going on, yo. I had no clue. Hold on, let me show you guys something. So I don't know if you guys ever seen this. This little O was like back in, I guess back in 13 or something.
Yeah, he's clean, boss.
Now listen to me, Duck. I have an associate that met with an unfortunate accident. While he's been incapacitated, somebody's been paying him cash. Now, is this your doing?
Affleck?
Now, if I met with some such accident, would Affleck pay me? Nice. This is your stop.
Find out what Affleck can do for you and your family
Affleck?
at Affleck.com.
They literally had a commercial for like, they dude, they literally had a commercial for the mafia. Like that's literally like what they were recommending. People were like, yo, you know, you guys in the mafia, you should definitely get Afflex because, you know, if in case you get whacked, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Because that's how the mafia gets rid of you, right? It makes you disappear. But I remember I learned it like when I got my first job, and like they offer like Afflex. I was like, what the hell? What is this? And then I finally understood. I was like, oh, it's accidental insurance. Oh my gosh. But for the longest time, I used to see that commercial on TV all the time. It'd just be like Affleck, 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 just all day, man. Going Affleck. I'm like, why is there a duck commercial, dude? Why? Could not for the life of me understand it. All right, XLNX also reported earnings as well. Earnings per share is $1.06 as opposed to 87 cents. Sales is 936 million as opposed to 890 million. 34% increase compared to last year, and 22% increase compared to the same period last year. Pretty good, pretty good. 22 and 34. A little bit less than how AMD was doing. For some of you guys that aren't familiar, XLNX price is pretty pegged to AMD because they're doing the merger, so they're about to be in the same company. So they're always gonna like trade pretty close in line. But if you know XLNX isn't reporting as great as AMD, they could be holding AMD back a little bit. So at the same time, you know, last night we saw like I think like what was it, 50% better earnings in AMD. Let me see. Let me get a fresh refresher. So AMD was 78% increase and 50% increase in revenue, right? If we add that 50 and 22, 53 and 22, right? That's like let's give that's a 10.70, say like a 79, 80%, right? So 80% divided by 2 would be like 40%. So altogether they aren't making as much money. Oh yeah, where's eBay at right now? Let me look at it again. I think we should be we should be good. We should be making dumb money, but you know, let's not celebrate until market opens because things can change. We can get too excited, go outside, spend all the money tonight, and then come back tomorrow morning and be like looking at nothing. We'll be like fiddling our. I wonder all the China regulation, would the government allow the AMD and XLNX merger? Probably. I think they're already really close. For the eBay trade management, are we looking to close in the AM, presuming a real nice profit, or ride it to the expiration of the short leg on Friday, or does it just depends? I put a limit to take off half at 100% in case I hit in the morning and let the rest ride. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's look. Let me see. Save strategies. Take a look at the eBay calendar. So tomorrow is Thursday, right? Right now we're looking at the $73 levels. So where's eBay at? eBay is sitting at 73, right? Let's say it fluctuates anywhere from 71 to 73. So if it fluctuates from anywhere from 71 to 73, we're gonna be up $36 to like, you know, to like $40. So if you got filled at 45 cents, if you got filled at, you know, I mean not 45, if you got filled at 15 cents, right, you add 0.40, you're gonna get 0.55. So that's what I would look to exit at tomorrow. You could exit anywhere from 0.50 to 55 if you're looking to take profit right away. You know, if you're like already satisfied with that, you know, what was that, 300%, go ahead, take profit, right? But if you want to, because almost 300, almost actually 2 times. So, but if you want, I don't think it's a bad idea to hold into Friday as well, depending on how things played out. I mean, eBay didn't have a great of earnings, so even if eBay completely reversed to the upside on Friday, right, and it goes to like $78 from 73, we'll still be okay because like look, if it goes to 78.50 on Friday, we'll still be making that $40, you know, just like how we would tomorrow. So ideally we're looking to hold this into Friday and like possibly sell on Friday morning, because that's where majority of that profit is going to be. That's where like that big money is going to come. And then especially if you hold till Friday close by expiration, that is where it is. And like even considering the fact, like let's say, you know, let's say they continue to flop and they hit like $68, I think we'll still be okay. We'll still be in that $40 profit range. That'll be the same profit range we'll be taking tomorrow. Oh snap, XBlade 10. Thank you, man. Appreciate you giving the sub. Thanks for supporting our channel and helping us out. I'm sorry, we're using a different platform to stream now called WeStream, and unfortunately it doesn't really like alert us when we get like gives and follows anymore for some reason. So sorry about that, but thank you though. Appreciate you. My man said I'm hungry for a hero sandwich. Errol XT, thank you for subbing with Prime, man. Appreciate supporting the channel and helping us out as always, and stopping by, and hang out with us. Thank you, my man. All right, let's check out the rest of the earnings. Let's see how everything else is going. NerdWallet going public. I don't even know, man. Like, isn't NerdWallet just Isn't NerdWallet what's a NerdWallet? Aren't they just like a forum? Like, aren't they just like a blog? Damn. What should I put? I think I actually have a link that you can edit like whatever you want on my list as well. I'm pretty sure. So there's this collab link. I don't know if it still works though. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. It used to work. I need some batteries, rechargeable batteries. Me add some battery to the wish list. Whoa, XPlay subbing too. Thank you, appreciate that. Sure, why not, XT? Skysen77. Sorry if you already talked about it, but what's the ideal scenario for Madano's calendar play? Let's see. So the MCD calendar play is so I was kind of bullish on Madano's. I like the company. I think they're doing great with dealing with the whole COVID situation, and they're making dumb money. Ideally, you know, I'm looking them to like remain around this $240 range. Obviously, they had a really good move today because earning was good, right? The market was bullish overall on it. The market liked what they see in like Madano's earning data and stuff. But from what I have seen, the last few companies that reported earnings, like Shake Shack, Chili's, and some of the other ones, like they have typically came back down a few days later after, you know, the market received the data. So I mean, even at the current price point right now, I think Madano is a pretty cheap company. It's pretty undervalued considering that they were trading at $217 prior to COVID. $217 prior to COVID times like 1.13% increase kind of puts them around that 245 range. I was thinking of holding to Friday because I'm not too worried. Even if they hit 245, I think I'll still be okay. I'll still make a little bit money, not as much money as it was at today. But if tomorrow, let's say because the market kind of collapsed after hours just now, I mean not after hours, like just close to like market close. If tomorrow people kind of get scared and they want to like sell off of McDonald's a little bit, and we come back to 240s range, right? That would put us over $1.10 strike, because the profit would be around 60 to 70s, right? 60 to 70s plus 51, that would put us at $1.10. So I probably change my limit order from selling at $1 to $1.10, and then if that doesn't fill, if that doesn't fill, I wouldn't even mind holding another one just for Friday. Like, I think we have 2 open. Did I open 2? I'm pretty sure I opened 2. Let me see. I know with one of my other accounts I opened like 20 last night, and I already closed some of them. But yeah, so we did open 2. I would close one at $1.10, and then and then I would hold one for Friday in case it stays in that perfect range of 238 to like 242. If it stays in that perfect range, oof, that's where the big money is. That's where we're gonna make like, anywhere from 100 to 130, right? So if we make 130 plus that $51 original cost, that's 180. We just turned 50 to 1, or 50 to 180. That's 3x, it's pretty good. So that's the thoughts on McDonald's, and I hope it works out exactly as planned. That would be juicy, but we'll see. Time will tell. Oh, you guys wanted to add some charts to the list? We could definitely do that. We haven't actually charted that much yesterday, so I wouldn't mind looking at the charts. That's where I find like a lot of inspirations and plays. So UPST. Let me get some water. But yeah, NerdWallet going public, man. I don't know. I'm not too crazy about it. I feel like if anything, they're like a marketing platform almost. Oh yeah, we definitely got to look at BIIB. It lost that support around 270s, and yesterday was looking like a good reversal, but things kind of changed today, looking pretty ugly. That's why I didn't want to get back in until like I got a nice confirmation on the 270 side. And even then, I was still very hesitant. Upwork. Upwork had a really good beat. So Upwork is like freelance company. They had a huge run compared to last year. Company was trading at $5-6, and now it's at $50 something, right? Earnings per share is 4 cents as opposed to 1 cent. Sales is 128 million as opposed to 126. Top and bottom beat. 300% increase compared to the same period last year. 32% in sales increase compared to last year. A year ago, company was trading at $18-19. Right now, it's trading at $54. So let's say even if it was trading at 20 at 40 plus, it's already up like 150% for the year. So a huge move there. They're struggling to get into profitability. Q4 is going to be bad for them. They're looking to lose 3 to 5 cents as opposed to losing only 2 cents. And then sales is 130 to 132 mil on the top side, beating the estimate, but still like nothing too crazy to justify the expense there. For the full year, they're looking to just about hitting like 5 to 7 cents, with medium of 6 cents. Sales is 496 to 498 as opposed to 493. So nothing too crazy there. I checked out the company. It's cool. It's a good concept, but I'm not too crazy about them. JMIA. Let me add that to the list as well. ServiceNow also reported strong beat there. Fiat World, you say you play ServiceNow, right? What direction did you play? Upside or downside? ServiceNow earnings per share is $1.55 as opposed to $1.38. Sales is 1.51 billion as opposed to 1.47. 28% increase compared to the same period last year, and 31.5% increase over sales of 1.15 billion. Doing pretty good compared to last year's. Last year, company was trading 484, 30% increase. That's around 629s. Even with that drop, is at 645, so pretty in line. Price point to the earning increase. Damn, man, for you to be playing ServiceNow, you must either work for them or you somehow knew them pretty well, right? Or you just like the company, because it's like a pretty unpopular company in terms of stock wise. Sleep numbers. Damn, so much earnings today, man. Is there any earnings that you guys wanted to check out today that I may have missed or skipped? I don't know what these numbers are compared to. Let me catch up in the comments. Snow owns IT right now. Oh, I'm not sure. Try checking on that link. Maybe that'll work. Wondering if there's a good entry anywhere. 6-month low. The software they offer should benefit with automation. Isn't a lot of company doing the automation stuff? In addition to like ServiceNow. Isn't like everybody get into that? Abnoku, he disappeared. Let me see, where's T-Dog at now? Wow, shoot. It's kind of nice. T-Dog's actually at the perfect spread right now. So T-Dog between we make the most money with T-Dog in the range of 130 to 136. That's where the big $200 profit is. I mean, you can even take profit tomorrow 100% if you want, because there's so much uncertainty. Anything could happen, right? You don't want to really get wrecked, but I think as long as they remain in these levels, we should be okay. I might even be willing to wait till Friday. At worst case, I think 125 could be a level that they'll hold. So, so let me show you what I'm looking at T-Doc. So I was kind of looking for them to hold this 133 level. If they didn't hold, I was thinking maybe like 132 is a pretty good support here. At worst case, maybe even 129s. But if they really decide to get bearish, they can come to the bottom of the band over here as well. Being the bottom of the band is at 121, which would actually put us at a loss. So possibility is there, but I think it could, it could flop around tomorrow morning, because they did have a good guidance. It wasn't ugly. It was it was reasonable earnings, and if you guys you get like $200 out of it, that would be enough to pay for the call side as well, which is kind of what we want. We want, like, at least that's what I want. I want a lotto on the free call side, because I want the call side to like kind of be free, so that we're holding that until January, and in case they do make a crazy announcement like they did with a firm, we'll start banking. IRBT, did iRobot have earnings today? Oh, it is today. I don't see it. I think iRobot's like 5 o'clock after. Align. We did look through Align earnings. Did you want to see Align chart out? What's up, Professor Glass? Garmin. Let me see. Let's check out Garmin. That's Garmin, right? GRN. Garmin did report earnings this morning. Who's still in this company, man? Wow, what a drop. 160 to 145. Yes, the ER calendars are looking nice. But I don't want to get too excited until tomorrow morning, So Garmin's earnings per share is $1.41. Beat estimate 126. Sales is 1.19 billion as opposed to 1.15. 10% decrease compared to last year, and 7% increase compared to sales the same period last year. This company ran up a lot, dude. That was a dead company like GoPro. They raised their guidance from 4.9 billion to 4.95 as opposed to 4.98. And EPS is 5.5 to 5.6 as opposed to 5.62. Still not doing as good. They're clocking a 7% revenue growth in Q3s, cuts full year 21 gross margin outlooks. Not even worth talking about those two. Not even a big cut. But I mean, the companies ran a lot since last year. Pre-COVID, company was trading around $100. It hit like as much as like 177, with like not even that much growth. Looking at 7% growth. So even at last year's price, it was trading around 100. Right now it's 146. Stock price had about 400. Stock price had 46% growth after earnings. About 65% growth prior to earnings, almost. So pretty big move there, right? Oh, they're big in the fish side. I remember when Garmin was just a GPS company, man. And now they're like in fitness, outdoors, auto, aviation, marine. Do they have they have the fish mapping thing, right? For GPS, I mean for fishing, Sonar Tech. Okay. Yeah, I remember learning about that when I went fishing with my boss, like 6-7 years ago. That was pretty cool, with the whole sonar tech thingy. Like you can literally, I remember we were fishing like all day and we caught like nothing, man. We literally caught nothing. Like we caught like maybe 1 or 2 fishes for like 6-7 hours just sitting in the sea, and I was like, damn. And these guys don't want to talk either. They don't want to drink or talk. They just like, yo, shut up. We're just fishing. And we were sitting there. I was like, damn, man, it's the most disappointing fishing day ever. Like, I don't even know what I'm here for now at this point. Because we woke up at like, like 6 a.m. that morning too, right? On a Sunday to go fishing. And as we're about to end the trip, he's like, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. So it's my boss, his brother, and my other 2 coworkers. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go home, right? But before we go home, we're gonna make a stop. So they turned on the GPS or whatever, and the sonar GPS, and they end up driving around, and we stopped at this random place. He's like, oh, right, try again. He's like, guys, let's try again. Let's try to fish again. We start throwing it in. And the fish is just like biting nonstop. It was crazy. It was like, it's pretty cool, man. It's I guess it's kind of like cheating, right? I guess that's why they save it to the end. But that was a good way to end the day. Apparently now there's a big thing of like people are using the technology to fish. I think bluefin tunas in New York right now. I saw some articles about it. Apparently, like there's like a huge migration of like bluefin tunas to the New York area or something, and there's like people are just out there hunting them with sonar. So people are even flying up from Florida and all different other states to catch a big fish. It's like a record thing, It's like an accomplishment, a lifetime accomplishment, man. I actually have a picture of myself with like a pretty big fish at one point. Gotta find that. But that was when like the camera was like 1 to 3 megapixel or something. So even though at that time I can see myself, if I look at it now, it's like, damn, that was a blurry ass picture. I look like Bigfoot. Dude, that picture is so blurry. It looked like Big Feet, man. Bigfoot. PPD, good earnings, 43% increase compared to last year. 26% increase compared to the same period last year. Oh, this company, nothing's going on with them. I think they're being bought out by somebody else. So they're stuck in this price range of like 46 or 47. So they're probably not going to move. Pretty sure they're being bought out by somebody. When I see movements like that. PPD acquire. Oh yeah, Thermo Fisher bought them out. Actually, man, Hawaiian beef, I'm pretty sure like even my big fish probably look like a small fish to you guys. Alright, let's go through some of the stocks on our list that you guys want to check out. UPST, let's see that. Wow, UPST is kind of coming back down a little bit. Huge move a while back, kind of broke out of that trend. Almost kind of setting like a head and shoulder a little bit here. If, so that's one of the shoulders, right there. And if it doesn't hold in this range, I think it's most likely going to come back here, which kind of makes sense if it tries to set up that shoulder right there. So you can kind of say like this is a potential area. Then maybe we'll have a dead cat bounce there for another move downwards. But I mean, the stock had a huge move, right? I remember, I think it was Fiat World that sent us this video. Was it you, Fiat World, that sent us this video of somebody being asked on CNBC or something, like, oh, what does UPSD do? And the guy just like, oh, can't hear you. That's a pretty good one. So if you're looking for the bounce play, probably around 290 area. And head and shoulders can easily be invalidated too as well. Check out BIIB. Global Foundry is IPOing tomorrow. Yes, sir. Very excited for that. Hopefully we'll see where that goes. But damn, now it's looking like tomorrow's not a good day to IPO, right? It's gonna like market suddenly turn so bearish. I mean, you know, we've been expecting a little bit of a cool down in the market for the last few days, and now things are finally coming back down. Wow, that's an amazing entry at 120. How'd you know to enter at 120 though? That's crazy, bro. SCS. Add it to the list. DWAC. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, that's DWAC. DWAC. I can't see the warrants, man. We got scammed. Kip, we got scammed, bro. Unfortunately, man, me and Kip got stopped out of this trade a little bit on DWAC. Shouldn't even had a stop loss, but you know, trying to do some risk management. You know what I mean? Who does risk management these days? Jesus. Trying to have some risk management in place and went against us. So it looks like it's moving up very nicely. $33 right now. Good play there, man. Here or zero. I mean, I do have some, like, I think I have like $5,000 worth of it in one of my other portfolios. I had a sell order at like 90 on DWACW, but I'm probably gonna adjust that tomorrow. Maybe I'll take profit at 50s, man. Wow, nuts. Crtx. What's this company? Oh, haha, haha. I think I know that company. I think that's the laughter pain. So actually, BIIB is actually supposed to be at a great buying level here, at 260s. Now that I'm looking at the chart again, because it has found support in this range a lot of times. I think if you're buying share, you're pretty okay at this $260 range. This is the price they were prior to that huge run up due to the Alzheimer's medicine that they had gotten approved in the government, that caused a lot of like scandals, or just a lot of like news both sides. So potentially, I think this is a probably good area to pick up maybe leaps. If you're looking for long-term plays, could be a good area to pick up some shares. It is definitely risky. I mean, I like it, the fact that the RSI is very low on the weekly as well. It looks like we might get a little bit crossover here, which means that it could also potentially break this level too. But if it breaks that level, next level would be like what 240s, I guess. Yeah, they do have good pipeline. It is a very big company. Biogen is a pretty solid company, and I think like if they get like full approval of that Alzheimer drug, then that could be huge, man. That could bring them back up again, right? It's looking a little bit iffy, but I mean, they said that apparently the drug is good, so I don't see why they shouldn't come back to that price point. I think I might even do a zero hero play, honestly. Oh, what was the Ellie news? Let me see. Let's analyze. Oh. Lily said on Tuesday, I started the application process for U.S. approval of his Coley Watch experimental drug. Sam have been setting up against rival recently approved. $2023 though. I read that apparently if you take BCAA, it can prevent you from getting Alzheimer's. Pretty interesting. I mean, I guess in a way they could compete and they can take some market share away, but I think at the end of the day, Biogen is still gonna benefit from that drug, being the fact that it's going to like increase the money in the pipeline. They should be making more money than they were previously, and that should be a good thing for them, man. That should be a good thing for them. I know a lot of times these biotech company, man, they're so scary to hold. They mess with you on so many different levels. I remember last year when I used to have Pfizer, and every time it dropped, I just stuck my hand out and I would just buy the freaking dip, man. I just kept sticking my hand out and just kept buying the dip. I remember, when it dropped to like all the way down to $30, everybody was hella scared. I was like, man, just gonna keep dollar cost averaging down. I'll borrow money to average down if I have to, but I believe, right? Like they're making vaccines for COVID, and obviously they were gonna make more money, but things are so uncertain, man. And market maker was just pushing the stocks down for no reason, keep causing these dip buying opportunities. Like Look at this drop on Pfizer last year. No reason it should have been at $30, right? With the development of COVID vaccine, that could make them so much money. Prior to COVID, the company was trading at 36, and they came all the way back down to 30. Like, make no sense. So even when it bounced from here, they dropped it multiple times as well. And even here, man, they dropped it. So they just kept dropping it, man. It was so scary to back hold that position. It's probably one of the hardest positions I ever had to back hold in my life, but I believed in it fundamentally. And I ended up selling in like 40s because I just got so tired of holding it. I was like, man. Yeah, I'm glad it finally rocketed to 50 for some of the people, but honestly, I got so tired of holding it. I end up unloading like everything around 40s, mainly because I was like starting to sell cover calls on it and it got taken away. But I'm okay with that, man. I'm done with that stress. That was one of the most stressful stocks for me to hold. There's just so much FUD like throwing back and forth. But back to BIIB. I like it. I mean, I think right now it's just FUD. It makes sense for the stock to be higher than what it is. They just had earnings. They had a decent earnings. Forecast was good. I don't see why they shouldn't be more than 260s. So I'll probably even start like a I might even start like a longer position with a wider stop loss, honestly. But depending on how market is at first, because keep in mind I'm also pretty big on direction of the market, and we posted the market direction on Monday. So for those of you that aren't familiar, if you go to like what the hell, why is there so much garbage here? Can't even find my chart. Oh god, where did I even post it? Oh god. So I made a post on October 25th in terms of like market outlook for the week. As you can see, like we're getting pretty in line forecast right now. I posted this on October 24th. Thought that, you know, we just finished a pretty bullish inverse head and shoulder here on the S&P 500. So you can see the shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder. So that's inverse head and shoulder. Inverse head and shoulder is a bullish pattern. And by finishing it, we have to like reach the double top over here, which we kind of did, right? So it looks like we got a slight pullback on Friday as the market started cooling down. Could see a potential pullback to 445. It's a little bit wide there, but I think that's a possibility. And I said to kind of take profit on the short-term swings and try to be cash ready or buy the dip. So as of right now, I probably won't be trying to load too much of these big long positions unless we get a nice move back to 445s. We're getting a move back down to 454 right now, which is a pretty good cool down. It's a pretty good breather. Might have to reassess these charts, but we could there's some opportunity to go a little bit further or less too. Techs also might also be finishing up as well. A lot of tech earnings this week between Facebook, Google, Apple. So Facebook kind of flopped, Google kind of ran a little bit, odd enough. So we got Apple and Amazon on Thursday as well. Those are going to be some big decisions where it's going to kind of move the market. And the dollar index is making a move back. So there's that. Let's check out JMIA. Wow, good job, man. That's the way. You essentially found the scam, and no, I believe it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why it's supposed to catch up in the price, because They left that Y opportunities there. I think the only way that trade would go against you if it falls back under like $10 or something. You should tell Hawaiian Beef to do that tray. That's a good wheel tray. Arbitrage opportunity. For JMIA, they got earnings coming up a little bit. I think between the $16.86 to $18 it's an interesting area to buy. We talked about it last time of it coming back up here. It didn't break through. It looks like we got rejected, so we're coming back down a little bit. So 16.8. So that's a good support area for it. Resistance around 19. Let's check out a line real quick. Very nice, sir. Very nice. So Align had a very nice move after hours. The stock came back down a lot after great earnings last quarter. Honestly, it's like buying opportunity, man. But I think we kind of missed already. Should have been something. Should have looked at it. So it looks like Align kind of came back around, Tether in this 592 support range, and we finally had that big move up, looking at 657, came back to 657 resistance a little bit there. Next level also kind of aligned with that resistance right here as well. So you can see that resistance right there. I think next level is going to be at 694 if you're more bullish and you think like it could run further. So these are some levels. Let me draw them up. However, it's kind of tricky to play because it already has such a nice move, right? So levels for Align. Check out SCS. Oh yeah, and then for some of you guys that are new, we usually post a link on the spreadsheet so you can look at back, you know, tomorrow or another day. So if you're on the YouTube side, here's the link for that spreadsheet. If you're on the Twitch side, check out this link. Hope that helps. SCS. Let's check out SCS. Steel case. Steelcase is that chair company, kind of Herman Miller and stuff, right? I knew this ticker looked familiar. I think the last earnings I remember looking at them, they were largely affected by the supply chain issue or something like that. Good financials. Let's see. Let's take a look. Interesting company for sure. Oh, it says they bought another company. So price to earning is trading at 45. Price to sales is trading at less than 1x. Let me see how they stack against their main competitor. I think this is their main competitor. So price to sales is pretty in line with Herman Miller's. Price to earnings is a little bit higher. I remember one of this other trader, he works for Steelcase at some point last year. It's a pretty interesting company. They're a furniture company primarily based in the United States and has operations in Europe and the Middle East and Africa. I think they're heavily affected by the supply chain choke right now. I remember we were looking at Herman Miller's, and Herman Miller had like factories all over the world, and they were trying to build Europe as well. So that's something that's been hurting them a lot. They're making even less money than last year's, but next quarter is actually supposed to be a decent quarter in terms of sales for them, but margins is gonna get smacked pretty hard despite making more money here. So look, this quarter they made 724 million, but earnings per share was 21 cents, right? Next quarter they're making even more than that. They're making 755 mil, but they're looking at 7 cents earnings per share. So that means they're gonna take a hit on the margins as well, a little bit harder. And they haven't been hitting their numbers really well, man. So that's one thing with them. Like in the June quarter, they said they were gonna make about 750 to 780 mil. They missed that number so badly. So there was really no need for them to guide it that far up. It's an interesting company. I think if it comes back to this $10 area, it'd be a good buy the dip area. A little bit risky, but I think it'd be okay if you're buying shares and going for it long term wise. They do have financials, but at the same time, the company has also been kind of declining, right? As opposed to like, great continuous growth. The company is going backwards a little bit. So you can see from like some of the earnings, like their March earning was 28% decrease, June earnings was 15% increase, and then September earnings was 18% decrease, right? So they're going like up, they're going like backwards a little bit on terms of decline. But then again, I mean, I guess you can make the argument like, oh, they were trading around $15 to like $20, and even at $15 to $20 at a 20% decline, 20% decline on $20 only putting the company $18 range, 20% decline on $15, right? That's putting it on like $12 range, which is at the price point right now. So I guess anywhere from 10.50 to 12. If you think next quarter is going to be good, if you think they're not going to miss the next quarter, then you could buy any range from 10 to 12. But if you think they might have a bad quarter due to supply chain issues, I would probably say wait till like the 10.50 range, at position there. And if you work for the company, see if company gives you discount shares and buy through that discount program. They probably didn't even want to take back the original because they would lose money on shipping. But just be mindful though. just be mindful that a lot of times when we're in the stock market, we're looking at companies' future as well, right? And the way like the stocks trade is the fact that we're forward looking. We want to see, like, so if a company starts losing money, starts like slowing down, then the forward look is that, oh, you know what, this company might be on a downhill pattern. So that's why sometimes it gets pretty ugly, and it goes on a downward spiral. But obviously, if you have insider knowledge, you know that they could be making big moves, and they could change. Yeah, for sure, man. Furniture is not gonna disappear. I mean, but at the same time, there's also like a lot of other competitors out there. There's a lot of ripped off too, and things like that as well. But the container and freight cost is definitely crazy. It's probably murdering their margins because containers and freight costs um, are like 10x, man. They used to cost 2,000, and now it's like 12,000 and more, 5 to 10x there. So pretty big increase there. That could definitely mess up their margins. Yeah, heavy dividends is always good for long-term holds. Right, price to sales ratio at 0.5, not a bad stock to own. Go for it. Let's check out the next one on the list. CRTX. So CRTX. So Professor Glass was talking to me about this yesterday. We were looking at it, like, I think prior to yesterday, we were looking at it, and he was like, "Yo, it's so juicy, man. Why is the premium so juicy?" And I think we looked at the $15 to $20 put side, and I think he ended up selling some too on the $15 to $20 something. And I looked at it and I was like, "Oh shoot, this is juicy, man. I don't know what they do, but it's hella juicy. I might sell some myself." Um, and then I tried to sell it, but Tasty wouldn't accept my order. It kept rejecting my order for some reason. It was telling me, like, sometimes Tasty Work does this. I think it's like a blessing in disguise. But Tasty Work keeps saying, like, "Oh, you know what? This order is for closing only. You cannot do it." So it wouldn't let me do it, and thankfully, so the next day it kind of collapsed. Let's see. So apparently it's due to a setback in the trial. Let me look it up on CRTX. The news doesn't look that bad. Confused. It looks like they're still doing it. So it looked like they kind of like blew through that support right there at $19 range. And it's at like $13.90 right now. They have earnings coming up, so something could change by then. It could really go either direction, but it doesn't look like it's that bad. I've been in some of these situations before where something like this kind of happened to me with BIIB, Biogen, and eventually it came back down. So I would say you probably want to look for where the gap fill area is and look for it to like, or even maybe even just look for it to come back to here. I think 27 could be an interesting area to come back to. That's like first level resistance as well. I mean second level resistance. First level is at over here. Yeah, I think there's a good chance it can come back to the first level at the $19 range. But it's definitely risky, Dicky Trey. Very risky. And if it ever does fill the gap someday, that'll be up there. But it's a wait and see. Aren't you good even if it hits like $19, man? Because you have enough credit for like 17, right? I think you'd be okay, man. There you go. I think that's pretty much it for the day. I'm gonna share the spreadsheet again in case you guys need it. Yeah, I mean, if it wants to break support, that's how it's got to do it. It's got to do it. It's got to break support through gaps. It's got to break the support through like these pre-market gaps and stuff. CCXI. Damn, I was just about to go. I have no clue who this company is. Like maybe it'll do something like this, where CCXI gapped down last time and came all the way back up. Yeah, the batteries from the mouse. Very nice. Let me see. I think. Where's the gap? It's weird. The gap is over here. I have a gapped up, so now it can come back down here. It's weird, man. That $20 level could be a magnet for CCXI as well. Either $20 or 47. It's at a weird range. Logitech MX Masters. It's a rechargeable mouse. Let me see. Damn, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. What is your screen name on Xtrades, man? Nice, nice. Yeah, same here, man. I'm usually active at like random times. Is this the mouse you have? Thanks, man. I added to the list. Appreciate you guys. 12 hours ahead? What do you mean? Where do you live that you're like 12 hours ahead? You're in China? Or like Hong Kong or something? Singapore. Oh, sweet. Nice. Alright, guys. I'm going to end this stream here. Appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. Take care and have a good night or good morning for you, for my man in Singapore. Take care.